I have read that somewhere, someone has written that the harder you love, the harder you grieve, and I think that's the truth. I've recently lost the love of my life, my beautiful wife Anne, 52 years marriage, to a terrible terminal cancer. We just fell head over heels in love with each other. It was a once in a lifetime love. She was just turned 18, I was 20, we were kids. 2 years after that, we had our firstborn, beautiful Jonathan, and then another 2 years, Sam, born in Wellington, New Zealand. And then we decided, you know what, we're getting on, let's just slow down, and we sold the business, and so we moved to Tasmania, and we bought a beautiful house. And it wasn't long after that that calamity struck. And we got the terrible phone call one night that my oldest son, Jonathan, had died of a drug overdose in Melbourne. He had struggled with that for many years. So we and Sam, my youngest son, and Anne, we went back and we cremated Jono. Terrible, terrible time. And 3 days after that cremation, Anne's mother in Melbourne passed away. And so she was 24 hours at her mother's bedside. And the poor darling, she had no time to grieve her son. It was just a disaster. So we came back to Tasmania and tried to regroup our lives. It was so difficult. And one thing that we'd always talked about was, you know what, in our autumn years we want to go and live in the Greek islands. We'd both been there, both loved it, both loved Hania in Crete. So we set out to do that. Anne put the house on the market, and 4 weeks after she put that house on the market, she was diagnosed with terminal cancer. And so grief, I began to understand what grief is. Beautiful friend, Mika, who used to work for us, called me and said, "Hey, Wayne, my Uncle Frank also lost his wife 2.5 years ago, and he's sailing around Malaysia and Thailand and he's looking for crew. Why don't you call him?" I've filmed everywhere in the world. I've even climbed the highest mountain in Europe as part of a documentary that Anne and I made on the first Australian woman to climb the 7 highest peaks in the world. I did that, but I was in my 50s. Here I am at 73, never been on a boat, but the first thing I said was, sure, I'll do it. My plan is that now, after being on the yacht, I've spoken to many people, I've interviewed many people around Southeast Asia, and now I'm going to travel the world and speak to professionals and speak to Indigenous communities and speak to people from other cultures and come to understand what grief is. This thing that nobody wants to talk about. We all want to help people that have lost their loved ones, but we don't want to hear about it too long, and time to get over it, and hey, why don't you meet this person? Well, I'm here to tell you that just does not work, and I want to make a documentary that's going to help other people, a bit selfishly, help me as well as I travel the world and talk to people. So come on this journey with me and help me do this. I believe this documentary is going to make a huge difference in the lives of many, many people.